appearance-wise, wow. Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. T, and I am back with another voyage out into the salty seas. Not really salty. Out into the hoppy seas that is good beer and great music. And tonight we are going to be looking at Leffe Blonde. This is a Belgian blonde ale, originally from the Leffe Brewery. Well, from an abbey, as many Belgian beers are. Originated from an abbey in Belgium, an abbey called Notre Dame de Leffe. And it's should be an interesting foray. Let's talk about the beer style real quick a little bit. We've done a fair number of Belgian beers on this channel, and I do enjoy Belgian beers. Belgian beers, as if you've seen other videos of mine, you know that Belgian beers are very much driven by their fermentation characteristics. Belgian yeast, when it ferments a wort, spins off a lot of what's called esters and phenols. These are aroma and flavor compounds. Good esters will come across as various fruits. Lately, fruit notes could be apple, pear, could be citrus, could be dark stone fruits like plums, nectarines, peaches. It could be anything. Um, Phenols, on the other hand, good phenols, will come across as spicy notes. It could be like baking spices or clove or uh, coriander. Could be even savory spices like sage or thyme or rosemary. Another very peculiar, and it's off-putting to some people, but other people really like it. But it's not always there. It does come up in Belgian beers sometimes. Ester that spins off a bubblegum flavor and aroma. It can be subtle, and when some people taste it, it's not overly pleasant. It's just too weird to be in a beer. But it does sometimes happen, and I think it's kind of cool when it does. But let's talk about what a Belgian blonde ale should be. It is a moderate strength golden ale that has a subtle, fruity, spicy Belgian yeast complexity, slightly malty, sweet flavor, and a dry finish. So that's kind of what we'll be looking for. But what does Leffe have to say about their beer? It comes in at 6.6% ABV and 20 IBUs, and it is the flagship of Leffe. The unique recipe is the fruit of centuries of experience in the art of brewing, which brings a broad palette of aromas into balance. It is elegant, smooth, and fruity, and it has a spicy aftertaste with a hint of bitter orange. Its light, sunny color is due to the use of pale malt. Leffe Blonde contains 6.6% alcohol and fits excellently with a wide variety of dishes. It is best served at 5 to 6 degrees Celsius. Leave it to the Belgians to be very precise. A thirst quenching aperitif for those relaxing moments with friends and family. So let's crack this open and take a look. Highly carbonated, nice on that opening. That is good looking beer. That's beautiful. That's a nice pale golden color, brilliantly clear, gorgeous, nice effervescence, thick white head of large bubbles that is dissipating somewhat quickly. But appearance-wise, wow. Let's take a sniff. Very interesting. It definitely, right off the bat, you get Belgian. It hits you in the face with Belgian. Um, Leans a little bit fruity for me. Kind of getting, not really getting the orange. Believe it or not, I'm getting banana, and I'm getting a hint of the bubble gum. And then some spices. I get like a coriander note and maybe like an allspice or clove note. Not really getting past the aromas from fermentation to pick up much in the way of malts. But let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. That is very smooth. I get that. I'll give it elegant even. Um, Banana comes through, a little bit of bubble gum comes through. Some spice notes like baking spices. Ever so slightly bitter. Um, doesn't finish overly dry to me. Uh, like the description of the beer style says it should finish dry. Doesn't it's off dry. There's a fair amount of sweetness into the back end. You start to get a little bit of like a fresh bread, almost bread dough type of malt sensation. Okay, on a faster swallow, I do get a little bit of citrus, just riding on top very lightly. Of course, I don't have this quite as cold as they say it should be. So, sue me, Belgium. Let's talk a little bit about the history of the brewery, because that's where we're going to get to our theme for tonight's show. And I'm sorry, I've got to read this because they're big words, and I'm a medium word guy at best. Leffe originated in Notre Dame de Leffe, an abbey of Premonstra- Premonstratensian canonical Norbertites. Uh, we can consider them monks. They're technically called Canons, but they were Belgian monks. Let's just leave it at that. They were Belgian monks, but it was established in 1152 AD. So way back there, as opposed to other orders. The Norbertites were very open and interactive with the community. Pilgrims and travelers always knew if they found a Norbertite abbey that they would be welcome to be housed and fed and taken care of there. And in 1240, this particular abbey began brewing beer. At first, just for the monks and for travelers, but they got good at it and it became popular. And as the centuries went by, they continued to produce it when they could, but a lot of the ebbs and flows of history interrupted things. In fact, in the early 1700s, early 18th century, the abbey was burned to the ground several times in social unrest in Belgium. It was rebuilt each time with help of other orders and things, but they eventually stopped brewing beer because they were just kind of struggling to stay alive. That Fast forward to 1952, when Father Abbot Nies and brewer Albert Lutvoet, I hope I'm, here's the spelling, Abbot Nies and Albert Lutvoet, brewer, revived the brewing tradition of the Abbey, starting off with a brown ale and then expanding to a number of different ales as they became very, very popular in the 1950s in Belgium and then in Europe. And they really started building a brand for themselves. And it was in 1975 that the brewery and its rights were sold to a fellow Belgian brewery, Brouwerij Artois, which brings us to our glass. Brouwerij Artois, you may know, are the brewers of Stella Artois, another Belgian beer. Through mergers and stuff, that is now all owned by AB InBev. Yes. While the Abbey still gets a cut of royalties, they did, in fact, sell out. And that brings us to our theme today. Our theme is that even things that have sold out might still be good. So, this is the beer. It's actually very good. I'm still getting nice banana, bubblegum, bread dough, and like a little bit, not quite clove. It's not strong enough to be clove. Maybe like an allspice flavor in there. So that's a really good beer, despite being sold out to macro conglomerates. What song are we going to pair with this? Well, I decided we're going to have a little fun, and we are going to pair Real Big Fish, Sell Out. Enjoy.
Last week on As the Fish Turns.
I am gonna make you a rock star. What do you think about that, huh?
I'm sorry, but we're not interested in being rock stars.
He's right. This is our happiness, and these are our riches.
Maybe this'll change your mind.
Wow!
Will the fish sell out? Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion.
You to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah. Sell out with me tonight. The record companies only give me lots of money, and everything's gonna be alright. You to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah. Sell out with me too. oh yeah. Sell out with me tonight. The record company's gonna give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright. She said, but I can't work in fast food all my life.
So what'd you think about that? That was awesome, right? Hopefully you knew what ska punk was. If not, I'm sure you can think of a few other bands that have that sound. You saw the description of what ska is and what ska punk is. But, Real Big Fish sure probably puts you into the mind of bands like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, even more recent bands like the Interrupters. Interrupters are a great ska band. Even No Doubt would incorporate some ska elements into some of their songs. It's a great fun music. They chafed under the mantle of being a one hit wonder. They always tried to recapture, have a song that would be as good as, if not surpass, Sell Out in popularity, and they were never able quite to do it. And you saw the humor that they embraced about it in their careers, but it definitely was something that made them worry a bit. But in fact, they did say that it is not, despite its popularity, it is not the song that really kept the fans engaged over the decades, because Real Big Fish is still going strong. That song, linked below, because when I found out, it was just too much of a kismet to ignore. That song is called Beer, and it was actually featured in the movie Basketball, which I never saw until fairly recently. And it is actually pretty funny. It's really, really stupid. Very stupid humor. I mean, on the scale of like Adam Sandler stupid movies, it's definitely down towards the Billy Madison end of stupid humor.
Shut up!
But it was pretty good. And that song is on the soundtrack. Now, that song was also on the same album as Sell Out, so it lived in the shadows. But apparently it's a bigger fan favorite than Sell Out is. But it was a great song, really fun. This is a very enjoyable beer. Is it craft? No, it's not craft. It is a macro brewery, the Big Evil Corporation beer. And it's still pretty good. But if you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. It will help me with the algorithms. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell, because if you like this stuff, I would hate for you to miss any of it. And before we go, I do have to pour another virtual out. Another brewery has gone by the wayside. You may have watched the Dr. T's pop-up clinic I did from Croker Brewing in Sharon, PA. They have announced that they are ceasing operations. So, salute to a fallen soldier. But until next time, my friends, remember, everything's gonna be all right.